Hey, what's up? It's Granny B. I'm out here with Sneed Law. We are here at Libby Hill Park in Richmond as a part of the We Are More campaign. I'm just out here to talk to Sneed just to get to know him just a little better to help dispel negative images of African Americans. So we're out here in the capital city in Richmond, and Sneed, you're from Richmond, right?
Raised in Richmond. I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I came here in elementary school. I've been here most of my life. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I met Sneed back in 07, 08 at VCU, and one thing I remember about Sneed is that he always liked the gaming industry, comic books, game characters. You can see that all over his Instagram and Twitter. So can you tell us why you love that so much?
Of course, video games are easily the most interactive medium that you can partake in today's day and age. It's not like reading a book. It's not like watching a movie, 3D or otherwise. You sit down and you play the game and you control it. You control the video game, and it's going the furthest. It leads to technology. Pretty soon we'll be wearing virtual reality glasses and going to places that we never could in real life, and that's what games do even without that technology. I just played Assassin's Creed and I was in Damascus, in 1300 type stuff, 1000 AD. I just love that aspect. And the comics. The Japanese comics more than the American ones, but I do respect and love American comics. The Japanese comics, they're such great artists. They tell great stories. I'll always read it. My dad got me on the comics. My mom got me on the video game. She started me with Warcraft, Orcs and Humans. It's a computer game. So I started there, and then she put me on Zelda. So I got the Triforce tattoo. And,
Wow.
I love games. They provide so many hours of fun. It's when I'm at my peak. It's when I feel like I'm alive.
When you're playing games.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's evident all over your Instagram and your Twitter. One thing I remember about you as well is that you had braids and then you had long dreads. And I know recently, in like the last year, you cut them. Why did you decide to cut your locks?
I would say what I wanted to be. I want to be a creative director for a development company in the gaming industry. And they would say, for those kind of jobs, the first thing they would say is, they're not going to like those dreads. They're not going to like those dreads. I would hear that from everybody's mouth, regardless of who they were, their demographic. It was just the consensus. So I was like, if I want big money, I got to cut the dreads. But I mean, I know that I should have fought the good fight. I got a lot of reactions from mainly men. Men came up to me and they were like, "Oh man, why'd you cut it, man? He was doing the thing for us." And I had no idea that I was doing the thing for them until I cut it. They didn't let me know while I was doing the thing.
Right.
So I was oblivious, and girls, women for the most part, they're like, "Sneed." That was the consensus for them.
Like,
yeah.
his dreads, they were so long and
Yeah,
pretty.
I want this money. In order to fight in the major leagues, I gotta get there, right?
So do you think your appearance shapes, the career that you want to get
Yes.
or want to be in?
I fully believe you gotta play the part. You gotta play the part. If you want to be a lawyer, you can't wear skinny ties. You gotta wear fat ties. You gotta be the proper suiting for whatever arena you're getting in. That's just what I believe.
Have you noticed any differences in people's reactions, not just people that know you, but like in your workplace or maybe other cultures that have treated you differently since you've had your low cut?
As soon as I cut it, I was told that I was less savage, and they weren't afraid of me anymore. That was what Caucasians, Anglo-Saxons told me. I was less of a savage. So that was interesting. I didn't expect that, but that was good to know. It makes sense, I guess, from their point of view, what they know, as far as what they know. And just on the street in general, no, I'm still a tall black man. Still a tall black man. If they didn't approach me before, they aren't more susceptible to approach me now. If I want to speak to her, I got like maybe a 50-50 chance that she'll speak back.
Right.
That she would speak back. She might speed up. She might rush off. She might stop saying anything. It just depends on her at the moment, I guess.
So did you hear that in the workplace that you
Yeah.
look less savage, you look more approachable
Yeah.
since you cut them?
Yeah, but at UPS, they'll say whatever. They'll say whatever where I work, at my UPS.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were honest about it. Like day one, they let me know that. So it was, my management liked it. My management liked it. They wanted me to cut it because only women can have long hair.
Oh, they wanted you to cut it as well.
Yeah. So I used their ignorance against them, and I said, whoa, I'm Rastafarian. This is in my religion. I don't eat pork. I need to keep my dreads. What are you talking about? So it worked out fine. They didn't ask. They were like, oh, sorry. I signed 2 sheets of paper, and I was good.
Right. So how do you feel since cutting?
I feel focused every time I look in the mirror. Ever since day one when I cut it, I look in the mirror, I see the dreads are gone. I'm like, all right, that was the past. I'm in the future. I'm older now. The dreads definitely remind me of VCU. And I dropped out of VCU 3 years in, so I feel terrible about that. That was probably too many parties is what that was. Too many parties. So now I wake up, I see it, and it's easier. It's easier, so it's cool.
Get up and home.
Brush my hair. I've never had a fade. I've never had a fade in my life up until I was like 3 or something like that. I've always had long hair. So now I'm on it. It's a reminder. It's a good reminder to focus.
So where are you going? Gotcha. So speaking of that, when you dropped out of VCU, was that like one of your biggest moments of adversity that you faced recently?
Yes, that was in 2009 or 10. And I crashed my car. I fell asleep at the wheel coming from a VCU party. I slept in my car from like 2 to 5:30. Thought, oh, I'm awake randomly. Let me go ahead and drive home. And then I fell asleep at the wheel and hit a telephone pole. Car popped up, went into the street, got hit by another car, so the car was done. Thus losing my ride. And this is all in the same semester that I lost my money for VCU. Because my last semester I got straight A's, but it didn't matter. My money was already gone. They were like, no, we're not hearing it. So I lost everything at once. I had to basically start over. So that was rough, but I applied everywhere. I went through day labor, little ways up the street on Hall Street with, homeless people who would like steal tool sets so they could go get $30 for the day, and a lot of Hispanics, Latinos. It was different. I did that for a few days, and then I stopped. Then I went to temp agencies, and then I got the job with UPS, putting boxes in trucks constantly. That was cool. I was like, oh, this is legit. I'll work my way up from here. And I started at ECPI right after. And from there, I got my degree. I became a supervisor at UPS. They wanted me to be full-time, but I need to get out of there, so I'm on other things.
Yeah. Okay. So you did end up going back to school and graduating.
And I had to start completely over. I got no credit to transfer.
So how long did that take?
At ECPI, it's sped up, so it was a 2.5-year program. I had some tribulations in between. So.
And what was your degree in?
Computer information and web programming.
Okay. So through that time and through everything that you had going on, and just that one semester, what was your motivation just to keep going and keep pushing?
At VCU that last semester?
That last semester at VCU, and then after the accident, and then having to go back to ECPI and just start all over with no credits transfer.
What was my mentality?
Yeah, what was your mentality? What kept you going? What was your motivation, basically?
Oh, my motivation. I owe so much to my parents and my friends. Like, my mother has pulmonary fibrosis. It's a disease where your lungs, they don't expand and shrink the way that they should. They're hardening. And she didn't smoke. She didn't do anything. She was a respiratory therapist for 20 years, so it's ironic. But that's what she has, so she can't really walk around. She can walk around in the house. She has a tank and a tube in her nose, and that's every day I have to look at that, and I just know I need to get money. I need to get my money up, because you have to be really bad off before you can get new lungs. So I'm in a rush, sort of, to get where I need to be able to help everyone around me. My father's been disabled. He needs like 3 surgeries right now. He's been disabled my whole childhood. He went too hard, football proclaims, military proclaims. By the time I met him, he had 4 teeth. He's just broke up. Both my parents are broke up, so I want to be able to help them. All my friends, they provide either a good example, or they make me focus harder because they're not doing enough. So I see it. Most of my friends are black, and most of them aren't doing enough. So I see that, and I know what we need to be. That's my motivation, really. Be as great as I can be for everyone around.
Okay. And what are some of your future, plans and your life goals? Like, I know you said you love your parents, you want to provide for them, and you want to be an example for your friends that you're surrounded with. What are some
far as career-wise, the final goal is either lead game designer or creative director on video games. To get there, I need to become a junior developer or a game tester or programmer of any sort. Just get my foot into the industry. That is my focus. I need to make games in order to go to work and not feel like it's work. In order to be able to go to work every day for the rest of my life, I need to be able to make games. Right now, nothing else is doing it for me, you know? So that's all I'm doing. That's my main goal. And outside of that, I mean, especially nowadays with everything going on, I kind of want to take up I want to put a lot of energy into those around me, just talking more with people that need to be talked to, just have those conversations that need to be had, instead of not listening, or they're saying something that I know is not right and just letting that go. You know, just talking to my friends, letting them know what we need to be doing so we can all come up, we can all be rich, we can all, you know, that's my goal.
We can all progress. What kind of game would you, if you were given the opportunity to design one game, what kind of game would you do?
One game, I would probably make an app. I would probably make a mobile game. So you could sort of, you know what a quest is? Have you ever heard the term quest?
Yes.
It's like an objective, you know. In a video game sense, it's like go kill the leader of that village and bring him back his head for 30 gold or something like that. But I want it in real life. I want real incentives. Like it could be anything from going to Five Guys to get this burger and you get this amount of points or notoriety, or coming to a national monument like the Libby Hill Park and taking a picture of that Confederate soldier, you know? Just just things to get people out here and moving around in real life. Like, it would be a social app. That would be my first app. That would be, if I had one app, I think that would do the most good to people. It would get people up and out here. And the possibilities are endless. Take a picture of the Indian West. Simple as that.
Okay. So you just want to get people exploring. Like I see you go up to a lot of festivals, and I just see you around Richmond a lot. So you really like just exploring the different culture of wherever you are.
Yeah, I love life. I love just watching. When I was a kid, I was very quiet. I never spoke. I talk all the time now, but when I was a kid, I was silent all the time. You had to pull teeth to get me to talk, because I would just pay attention. I never thought anything I had was of worth. I would pay attention to what everyone else was saying, and that's what I still do it now. I just talk some. You pick up things from people. You learn, and that's really what it needs to be. There needs to be more conversation. People need to pay attention to what other people are saying. They need to have a conversation. They need to instead of waiting for their turn to talk, they need to listen and counter that. They need to go back and forth. ABCD. It's the quickest way to learn, because as one person you're nothing, but if you mastermind, if you know the strengths of every single person around you, if I talk to Granny B and I hear you, and I talk to Bowfields and I hear him and I know what he's good and I know what you're good at, I feel like I'm as strong as all three of us.
Yeah.
By myself, I'm not much. I couldn't do this by myself.
And speaking of finding your voice, with recent events going on in Ferguson, with the Mike Brown situation, I know you've been very vocal on Twitter and on your Instagram about your opinions and your thoughts of what's going on. So can you just, let us know your thoughts and opinions of what needs to happen in Ferguson, and your reaction when you heard the situation of Mike Brown, an unarmed 18-year-old teen being gunned down by policemen?
Okay, in Ferguson, the violence never needed to happen. The looting never needed to happen. They need to arrest Darren Wilson. They need to arrest the cop who shot the teen, Mike Brown. And from there, go ahead with the trial. Go ahead. We'll trust in your process. I mean, you got 6 white folks on the panel, 3 black folks. We'll take that, I guess. That's the best we can do. We'll just trust the system. We'll trust the system. Just arrest the man, and you'll have peace over there. That's all they want. They want justice in the form of arresting the officer. You see him online posting under fake names and whatnot. Just like, yeah, I'm on vacation, they sent me home, blah, blah, blah. Or you'll go to GoFundMe, and he's got more money than the Mike Brown Memorial. Like, he's got like 300,000 now, and Mike Brown is like 200,000. And the comments underneath for every donation are absolutely ridiculous. Racism is so alive. I was gonna be quiet on Twitter. I was just gonna post the news. I was just gonna post the facts. Then I started seeing people go crazy Caucasians mostly. I'm not going to, Caucasians mostly were just wilding out with the things that they wanted to say to people, like it was okay. So I'm like, oh, racism is overt finally. Let's have that talk. So I'm on Twitter just arguing with people, just racist people. I'm arguing with them. So Ferguson, they need to arrest the cop. They need to stop protesting. They need to put body cameras on the police. They need to organize. They need to get out there and vote. There are a lot of small steps that need to be made. That could be very easy. But now that we have this sense of awareness, like I feel like ever since Mike Brown, I've never seen so much news about every time a black person interacted with the police. Like every time a black guy runs into the cops, they're talking about it on the news. Like everyone has to have at least that seed planted in their mind that something's wrong, so that we can talk to them. That conversation will be easier now. Before they were like, oh, Obama won, like victory defeated us. We were like,
made it.
We're good. Obama's the president. We're still
made
poor. We're still everything that we are. Nothing else changed. Just one person's life changed. And they've always been racist towards Obama. Obama has probably had the hardest time of any president I've ever seen. It's almost treason the way the House and Congress go against him. I don't want to talk about that.
I definitely agree with you. And speaking of, I think the reason why we're having so many of the Mike Brown, Eric Gardners is just a misunderstanding, especially in the media, how we are portrayed in the media. What are some of those negative stereotypes that that we are more than that? We are not just thugs and criminals and felons, and we are more than that. What are some negative stereotypes that you guys face?
I don't think there ever was a time when we were just thugs, by the way. I don't understand how people have this conception. I understand there's a I don't want to say a majority. There's a good percentage of us who are living their lifestyle that they don't need to be living, who see each other in the way that they don't need to see each other. But we are so much more. The reason I want to be a creative director is because there are so few. Nintendo is 3% black. Nintendo, like they were the father of games. So I want to get in there and breach that. And we've been breaching all types of every profession you could think of. We've gotten on it. We've proved our competency. I guess we have to continue proving that. So I just oh, why'd you ask that? That made me mad. That makes me mad when they call us thugs, when they think we're thugs because of what we do. And at the end of the day, okay, Mike Brown, they called him a criminal because he stole some Swisher Sweets, right? Or something like that. He stole a box of cigars. Some Rillos. So they call him a thug, and that's their answer when they say he got gunned down. Like I argued multiple people, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I've argued with tons of people, and they say, but he stole right before that. He was a criminal. So he should be gunned down? So he should be shot up. What? Well, how many shots was it? Six?
Six that hit him.
And we have a recording of 11 shots fired. He was gonna keep shooting till he got him. It's not like and they said, oh, he was a big black man, so he kept running. We're not that tough. We're gonna drop one shot. One shot will stop anybody. We'll make them pay attention. You shoot anybody one time, they will pay attention and be like, okay, what's up? He's not gonna run. He wasn't running through bullets. I don't know what they're trying to prove with that, but he wasn't a thug. He wasn't some super black man or something like that the cop had to gun down, otherwise he would have died. Eric Gardner was nowhere near a thug. What did they try to put him with? What did they try to get?
Selling cigarettes.
Illegally or something like that? First off, illegal activity we don't own illegal activity. We don't own that. We probably didn't even come up with it, We learned from who? We didn't come here,
Yeah.
We didn't come up with our own rackets. White folks sell weed, black folks sell weed. The war on drugs, though, 50% of all the arrests in the war on drugs are because of marijuana. And of course, we're the majority of those arrests.
That's a whole other topic about it. All right, Sneed, I just want to thank you for coming out here and being a part of this We Are More campaign. You can follow him on Instagram and Twitter at Sneed Law, SNEEDLAW.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm Granny B, and we're out.